Welcome. As you can see for the previous screenshot, unfortunately we did not win war number 9. So we're moving on. 3 wars left and we are aiming for top 10 masters. I think like right now, overall we're like number 1 in the second branch of masters, like 11. But hey, we carry on and we push forward. So we're starting off Path 6, Section 1. We have this Weapon X fight, and we're using Lady Deathstrike. The plan here is just medium, light, medium. This gives us 5 hits, because every 10 hits you get a falter on you. And I think the node does some other stuff if you like miss the opponent. So the plan here is just manage our combo. 3-tap combo with her is 5 hits, so we can manage it pretty well. And as long as we keep our heal block up from our second medium, Weapon X does not go unstoppable, does not get unblockable. So that's really like our plan here. Just, slow play things out. We're not really worried about keeping up her frenzy mode or whatever it was called for Lady D. Nope, we're just gonna keep Weapon X heal block and keep our combo in check. And as you can see, it's pretty much working out. We're keeping him heal block, ruptures are ticking. He tries to go unblockable, but because of the heal block, it doesn't do anything. And with all those regens, yeah, his healing would have been insane. So he tried to go unstoppable, but because of the heal block, the ability failed to pop up. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? He's so low, let's go for the SP3. And, this is just like cinematic right here. It's like, perfect ending like you would see in the anime cartoons or whatever you call it. Comics, So the fight went pretty smoothly. Next up, we have this C.Av, and we're going to be taking her with Luke. I don't remember. I do know I want to use a Power Start 1 boost. So the plan here is just, little power back boost. We want to boost our special attack damage. And I'm having another fight with Luke right after this, so I'm like, as long as it goes pretty quickly, the Power Start 1 should be fine. Because ideally, with exhaustions, we can keep her power gain in check. And I did debate, should I go with the invulnerability boost just to be safe? But at that point, I'm like, I think I'm just overthinking things. Because I'm like, yeah, Power Start 1, exhaustions will keep her power gain in check, and the quicker we get to SP2, the quicker we can shut down her abilities and any node abilities. So that's the name of the game, that is the plan. And we always start off with a heavy with Luke. This node does apply a bleed to the defender, and I forgot what else. But like I said, we're not worried about dodging her specials because our exhaustions do weaken her power gain that she would get from Mystic Dispersion. Plus, we already got our concussions rolling, so she has a 150% reduced ability accuracy. We went for the SP1 just to get our stun because I'm like, yeah, we can pretty much melt this fight away. And went for another SP1 just to get another stun and kind of ended quickly. As you can see, that fight was barely over 30 seconds, so did a lot of overthinking. Alright, so now we're in Section 2, Path 9, and since we have a Mystic Defender here, we're going back to Papa Luke. I checked to be sure. My Power Start 1 boost still has a nice chunk of time on it, so the quicker we get to SP2, the quicker we shut down Werewolf's abilities. Since he's a Mystic, as long as we have 4 exhaustions by the time we throw the SP2, we have nothing to worry about. Here we're getting a few poisons, some ruptures applied to us. Luke does has physical resistance, so the ruptures, they don't hurt that much. And the poisons, yeah, they're going to tick off, but we don't have any more Luke fights left. We got our 2 concussions up, so we've reduced all of Werewolf's abilities. We've shut off the hazard shift nodes and any other nodes. And at this point, we go for another SP2. We still have our indestructible, so we're not worried if he does get ASP3, but the node has power focus too, so it's kind of hard for them to get there. And another fight with Luke in barely under 40 seconds. Guys, the Mystic Slayer does not care what immunities he needs, if you have a Mystic or whatever on Path 9, Luke can handle. So, this is going to be our last fight. You know, we had a pretty short war, but hey, all fights are helpful for what the group needs. And we're going to take Iceman against his one eye open hazard ship Sauron. Plan here is just, you know, don't parry, spam some SP1s, counter his special so we can keep him from going, or so at least we can get it unblockable. You know, this guy, he can just go unblockable for getting 7 prowess. So I'm not even sure what I was doing there. I think I accidentally tapped my special button because I was like moving my hand around, but yeah, pay no attention to that earlier. So here we're back at it. We punish the SP1, we get unblockable. Drawing him out the corner. I always get him and Toad mixed up as to who regens more if they're in the corner. So I'm just like, we'll just stay to the left side. I don't have time to read the abilities now. And you know, things are going well. We're evading the specials, we're punishing him. So we're becoming unblockable, and we're detonating a couple of frostbites here and there. And you know, all of this was still on that same Power Start 1 boost that we started with CHAØŞ. And there we go. Iceman melted that Sauron. So we helped, we did our part, we took care of our assignments. And yeah, you know, we're War 10 out of 12. So you already know the deal. To know how this ends, tune in on the next video. We only have 2 wars left on the season. As you can see, I was pretty early. I was like the first guy in my battle group in here. I only had 4 fights. Alright, until next time, peace.